Hi everyone, Janice here. Today we're going to be doing SUPERWALK ROCKS. It's April 2021. I'm really excited about this project. It's fun for people to do and easy as well. So SUPERWALK is an annual event put on by Parkinson Canada to raise money for people with Parkinson's, to get research done, to go on, to provide support groups and programming for them. It's a great organization that I totally support. And so today we're making rocks for the walking. These are called kindness rocks as well. What we do is we put them out in the world, just around town or whatever, around your neighborhood and parks. If you're having a super walk where everybody gets together for it, without COVID going on, you could hide them in the park you're walking around in, and there's tons of SUPERWALK rocks, which is wonderful. And people find them and they can post them online on Facebook. I'll tell you about that later. It's a great way to get people interested in Parkinson's and looking it up and finding out about what's going on with it. So I highly recommend giving it a shot. It's a lot of fun, and it's an easy project. You can do easy, you can do them hard. It's just up to you. So if you're ready, let's rock. Come on. The supplies you're going to need to do a SUPERWALK rock is pretty straightforward. First of all, you need a rock. You can get a rock from outside. You can buy them from the garden center. They're at Walmart. The Walmart ones usually need to be boiled to get the wax coating off. The paint won't stick to them if you don't. You'll need paint, obviously. Varnish. I use a spray varnish. It's the easiest to use. And paint brushes. If you can get paint pens, they're really nice to have. They're very handy. Pencil. And dotting tools, if you can possibly get them. If you can't, you can use pencils, ends of your paintbrushes, the other end, like this end. You can also get a varnish that's brush on, but I don't like to use that. Eraser's handy in case you make a bad pencil mark, and these are more paint pens. Also, you need water to clean your paintbrush and some paper towels. And that's pretty much all you need to do this project. Remember, I will be giving out kits if you need one. I'll give you a rock, some paints, possibly a paint pen if I have enough of them, and you'll have to get your own varnish, but other than that, I can give you a hand with that. So make it a little bit easier. I can give you some brushes as well in case, and just need to either come pick them up or I'll go drop them off to you. I just got a new car yesterday. It's not brand new, but it's a new car for me, and so I'll be able to come and drop it off. Oh yeah, you also need this plate. A plate. I use a margarine container just because it's easy enough to get rid of it afterwards, and you can recycle it, wash it, or use it again. So there you go. And so let's get started. Today we're going to be using these homemade rocks, which are made from a mold and a mortar. And it's a quick drying mortar, so in about an hour you get 8 little rocks like this, and they're great for doing these projects. Let's get rocking. One thing I didn't mention in the supplies is to get a little piece of parchment paper, or any kind of paper really. Parchment is nice because the paint won't stick to it. And it's good for when you put your rock on. If you have to turn it, you don't want to touch the edges because they're wet. You can just use this like this. It's really handy to have it like that. You don't have to do that, but it's very handy little tip. So, okay, so now to paint. Okay, we're going to start with a plain rock, obviously. And we're going to start with our background. Now this rock is a really cute little rock that my sister made, and she makes for all our kids when we do drawings with them or something. She makes all these beautiful, cute little flowers with smiley faces. It's a lot of fun and super simple to make. So perfect for an art project with a group. And kids love it too, so they can do this rock really easily. So now here's your rock. Now, when I do a rock like this, I always do the sides first because then you can hold it here without getting your fingers all full of paint while it's wet. And so you quickly just brush it on like this. Try to make sure I do it on camera. I'm very bad for going off camera. Sorry about that. See, now I got this underneath, so when I put it here, it won't stick on the paper. Because I got it all over the bottom of it as well. You want to paint as much as you can. You don't have to paint the bottom, but sometimes I do just because it looks good. Looks better. And we will be writing some information on the back for the SUPERWALK, so that people can, there's a Facebook page called SUPERWALK ROCKS. If you go on there, you can see some of the rocks that have been done in the past. And they are people can post the rocks they find, and you could post the ones you want to hide as well, so people know where to look. You can give them hints and things like that. It's quite a bit of fun. You don't have to be a member of the group. You can just go on and put your information that you want to put on there, make a post, and there you go. So that's the sides, and then you're going to do the top real quick. This doesn't take long, but you need to do about 2 to 3 coats of this. As you can see, it's not quite solid painted yet. Get all that done. And you can do different color backgrounds. It doesn't have to be blue. It can be anything you want. And same with the flowers. Anything you want to do, you can change it up. Change the facial expression. You can change the colors. You could change the stem, how you do the stem. So that's basically what you do for that. Then, get another piece here. Once you have that, about 3 coats on there, it's usually pretty blue by then. You don't need even this much paint. Just a tiny dot will do the job most of the time. You're going to put this away because you don't need that anymore. Now we're going to do the flower and the leaves. So I'm going to take my pencil here and just draw a very light line down from about the middle straight down so I know where the leaves are going to go. And then I'm going to take pink. I'm going to do bright pink. I like bright colors. You could do pastels if you prefer. You need a decent amount of this because you're going to use a dotting tool for this, this is super easy to do. So if you don't have a dotting tool, like I said, you can use a pencil, end up with something like a marker, whatever you have. Just a round dot is what you got to make. So we're going to take this, and you do 1 petal here, 1 petal here. It's nice if they're touching. They should be touching. One off to the side a little bit. You might get little dots of pink. That's okay. Don't worry about that. And there you go. And there's your flower base, basically. I should put my glasses on. I can't see. If it's not cooperating, just get more paint and go over it again. So that's, you can see the flower shape there. Put that in the water. You don't need that anymore. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see better. And now we're going to do some leaves. And for this, you need just a little brush. So I've got this little brush here. And I'm going to use some green. Again, nice bright spring green. You need just a tiny bit of paint. That's way too much. And you can just do some. The reason I put the stem here is so I could see where the leaves were going to go. And then you just make a leaf shape. Kind of like an eyeball shape. Super simple. And fill it in. Other side. Do it lower if you want. You do it the same level. Doesn't matter where you put it exactly. And there you go. And then you've got to let that all dry before you can do the next step, which is the stem in the center. Put this one here. Now you have this nice and dry. The magic of video, hey? I usually work on 3 or 4 of them at a time just so that I can have a nice, consistent flow. I don't have to stop in between and wait, because otherwise I get out of the mood to paint. I don't need much for this either, but that is the center. Now when my sister does these flowers, she always uses yellow for the center, which I love. So none of the flowers she ever does are yellow, but they can be orange, red, purple. She does the backgrounds purple, green, whatever she feels like. And they're really, I wish I'd brought them out for you to see. They're super cute. She does a great job. So now get that pink all off of there. You're going to use the same dotting tool that you used before. I'll use the other side just to make sure it doesn't get pink on it. I'm going to go right in the center. Blop. There you go. Just make a bloppy center. Try to do it as close as you can. I was a little off here. There you go. And there's your center. And now I use this for the stem because it's easier to use this than to use a paintbrush and paint. But you're welcome to use a paintbrush and paint as well. Just know that it might be a little harder to work with. So do this, and we're going to go down here. Don't touch the yellow if you can help it. You can fix the little space in between there later. And there you go. Now you're going to wait for all of that to dry as well. And we'll get that out of the way. And we'll bring our next step is Now you have this dried and ready to go. And now you're going to outline the edges. Again, I'm going to use this because I like to do my stem with the curly cue, but you can just do it straight down and stop it here, stop it at the bottom of the rock, whatever you feel like doing. Again, this is your project. I have no say in it whatsoever. Okay, so it might be a bit shaky, so we'll see how this goes, but not too bad. So you go around the center first of all. And then around each of the petals. You can get thinner pens in this too, so it doesn't have to be this thick of a black line if you want. They're at Michael's. Of course, all the supplies are available at Michael's. Some of these paints are available at the dollar store. They're much cheaper there than at Michael's. But like I said, if you want a kit, I can certainly give you a kit. I'm a little off on this one, so I'm just going to touch it up here. Again, Parkinson's gets in the way sometimes, but it's okay. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's your... Oh, wait, we got the leaves to do still. Voila! A flower with petals and leaves, all outlined. Now we can do the face. And for that, I like to use my dotting tools. I'm going to do black eyes. Sometimes I do blue, but in this, like a bright blue, a royal blue, but this time I'm going to use black. Again, not much needed at all. And this one's another dotting tool. It's got two different sizes. I think this one's too big, actually. So instead, I'm going to use this side. And just dot it on. That's why I love these dotting tools. It's so easy to make a cute little design. And now I need red paint. Just give me a second. Now I use red paint for the mouth. If it comes out. There we go. I'm going to put that dotting tool in the paint water. And then it goes, yeah. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now again, we're going to take this end, dip it in the red, and then we're just make a little smile. Kind of like that lopsided smile, so I'm going to leave it like that. You can do a full smile if you want, just do the other side. And there's your flower. Ready to go. And now, because there's nothing on the side here, we might want to add nothing on the side of your rock. You might want to add some writing or some designs. For this rock, I think I'll do some flower designs similar to the one I did on the top, just smaller. Just around the edge so that it can be fun. I don't know what I'm talking about, never mind. Okay, so to do the flower on the edge, turn it sideways and start somewhere and just plop. And then you'll wait for that. Then you'll do them again. Don't go all the way around because you'll mess up your paint, but just do a couple more and let them dry. Do a couple more, let them dry. Do a couple more, let them dry. And then once they're all dry, you'll do a yellow center for them again. So they'll match your flower. Or if you want to do writing, you can do that as well. And here's an example of writing. Little poem on the side. It was really difficult to do because it was not enough room for it really. So spring has sprung, the grass is riz. Oh, I wonder where the birdies is. So it's kind of a cute little thing you can do on there as well if you want. Doesn't have to be that poem again, whatever you feel like. And for that, I actually use the dotting tool just because it's easier to write with a dotting tool for me than it is to write with a paintbrush. Just so you know, you can use anything you want. Okay. Now, on the back, we have to put some information. So I'm going to do it in this You can do it in paint, but that takes a little while for me. So I like to do it in a color, a paint pen color. Use yellow. And say on here we want to put post picture. You can say pic if you want. Don't have much room. So on Facebook, FB SUPERWALK ROCKS. Keep or rehide. And if you can fit it, Parkinson.ca. And if you can fit it, I don't think I can on this one. Donations appreciated. That way the SUPERWALK might get some extra donations, which is wonderful. If you can't fit it, don't worry about it. And that's how you do that. Now, the last step is to, once your rock is all painted up, you want to actually, varnish it because you're going to be hiding it outside. So you're definitely going to need to have some varnish on there. So we're going to take our finished rock, make sure this is dry, and I'm just going to show you quickly how to varnish them. Get these out of the way, we'll finish them later. I have a whole bunch of cute pink flowers to hide this year. Now this varnish I have is a low odor varnish, so it's not really strong when you spray it. So if I have, like today's the weather's not cooperating, you can't do it outside. So I'm going to do it inside today. And this will not make you sick. Like the other ones do. Get rid of all the junk here. We don't want to spray paint. We don't want to spray what we don't want to spray. We're not brushing it on. Let's get rid of that. And you can see, usually I do a bunch of rocks. I'm just going to do some of these as well. And I always do the back first. It's got some paint crumbled on it. Just get those off. Don't really matter, it's the back. And then when you do varnish it, it'll look like this one. This one's a flamingo I did for somebody. It's nice and shiny. You can get one that's not shiny as well if you prefer. Totally up to you. I do both, so depending on what I'm doing. We're going to do all the backs first. It's the shoe one that somebody asked for. And you can do anything on here. I like to do simple ones with the group. I mean, just because it's fun to do simple. And it's quick and easy, and you can make lots of them and hide a whole bunch. When people find them, they get really excited. As you can see, these ones don't have that same information on the back, only because somebody ordered these for me. So these are different than this one. Now, get a little shake. I don't know if you need to shake this one, actually. But yeah, you do. 2 to 3 minutes. So we're not going to do that today. I just used it the other day, so we'll be fine, I'm sure. And when you do this, the first spray you do is going to be very light, because some of these paint pens will run and get very blurry. So you should do a very light coat just to set it. And then once it's dry, then you can do a bit more. Again, on the front, same thing. Very light coat. And then this one I did already yesterday, so I can give it. Do 2 or 3 coats like that on each side, back, front, and you'll be able to go hide them after that. It's lots of fun. So the SUPERWALK is in September, and I highly recommend that you give it a shot. It's a fun event. Usually we get together. I'm not sure this year if we'll be doing that because of COVID. But you can walk around your neighborhood as instead of walking at the park like we usually do, and go hide your rocks and have some fun. And that's it for today. Hope you guys had fun. So that's the project for today. It was a lot of fun doing it. I had fun. I hope you had fun doing it as well. Feel free to have your loved ones join you. You don't have to have Parkinson's to do this. It's just a fun project to do for anybody. In Winnipeg here, it's a huge thing. These rocks are getting hidden all around the city. It's lots of fun and everybody enjoys it. Kids enjoy it. Grown-ups enjoy it. Everybody enjoys it. So you might as well give it a shot. This month's shout out goes to two organizations. First of all, of course, Parkinson Canada. Again, wonderful organization helping people with Parkinson's. And another one in the city here is called U-Turn Parkinson's. It's their 5th anniversary this month. And they're doing a charity, charity event as well, a parade actually. So check them out, they're wonderful as well. And if you don't mind, if you hit the like button and you subscribe to this channel, then you'll get all the videos and you can help other people discover it as well. By all means, tell your friends, tell your family to get them to check it out, because I think it's really important that people experience art and get it out there. So that's it for today. Bye guys. Have a great month and I'll see you next month.